And joining us right now is Chris Wilson. Chris, thanks for the time, man.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
I'm hesitant to just call you artist because I know there's so much more behind the story. So give us the short version because this whole master plan coming out of jail, out of prison, I mean, that was
Yeah,
huge in your life. And joining us right now is Chris Wilson. Chris, thanks for the time, man.
thank you so much.
And joining us right now is Chris Wilson. Chris, thanks for the time, man.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
I'm hesitant to just call you artist because I know there's so much more behind the story. So give us the short version because this whole master plan coming out of jail, out of prison, I mean, that was
Yeah,
huge in your life.
yes, very, very instrumental in my life. I unfortunately went to prison as a child. I was 17. I was convicted and sentenced to natural life in prison. And when I went into the prison system, I fell into a deep depression. I knew in my heart I was a good person. And I decided to write up this bucket list, essentially, that I called my master plan of how I would turn my life around, places that I would visit, things I wanted to accomplish, educational goals, foods that I wanted to taste again.
Wow.
But some of the most important things on the master plan was that I wanted to return back to society and contribute to it.
And part of this contribution is some of your artwork. And I know that you do a lot of building as well, but I want to focus on the art because this is
Yes.
big, man. This solo show, and I want to make sure I get it right. It's the Julio Fine Arts Gallery, and it's called Artist, Allegory, and Society. And you leave no stone unturned as you go through it.
Yeah.
Walk me through that.
Well, I'm really excited for this show. It's my first solo show actually, and what better place to do it than my hometown, Baltimore? And it's really about it's a deep dive into my life. I Some of these paintings are made based off of chapters from my book, The Master
Ah,
Plan.
okay.
Some are dark, and we explore injustices in society. Things are personal. You know, a few paintings are about my mom, and I lost my mom tragically and lost friends.
Mm.
So we really dive deep in this particular body of work. It's curated by the amazing Baltimore-based artist Jeffrey Kent. So I'm super excited to have him curate my work, and so I think it's going to be really wonderful.
When you're doing some of these things, you're saying you dive into life with your mom and some of the hard things, some of the good things. Did you have an idea of what you were going to do with each piece, or was it one of those things where you sit in front of a blank canvas and it just comes out?
Yeah, so it's a combination of that. And then honestly, I go to therapy every week. I've been in therapy for about 20 years. And my therapist actually, I have to give her credit.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff is cathartic for me. And she often tells me, put it on the canvas, Chris, let it come out. And so for me, it's therapeutic, it's cathartic. And I just put it out there. And I don't really worry whether or not someone likes it. I just put my heart and soul into the work and I just let it do its thing after that.
On the other side, for the people who actually are viewing it, for some people it's sensory. Sometimes they need a TED talk to understand themselves.
Yeah.
Sometimes they need a podcast or a documentary. What do you hope they get from standing in that gallery and understanding your life?
Well, it's a few things, but I think I would like to tell a story, my story in particular, of how a person like me ended up in prison, but also how my life was inevitably like redeemable, and
Mm.
I have returned to society. I'm contributing to it, so I would like my show to stand as an example of the untapped potential that is currently incarcerated all around America, and we plan to donate proceeds from this show to the University of Baltimore Second Chance College Program, which
Ah.
helps incarcerated individuals that are working towards their bachelor's degree. So folks that are incarcerated and when they return home. And so I think it's really important to champion the message of what we can do in society and this untapped potential.
And it's interesting you choose that organization because someone, took a gamble on you and decided to go ahead and try this second chance. And I'm curious if you've spoken to that judge since then. And
Yeah.
two, is that the connection and why you made that choice?
Yeah, absolutely. Education was the pivotal thing in my life while incarcerated that opened my eyes to the world. There's so much evidence that supports that even a little bit of education reduces recidivism. And so, people invested in me and took time to teach me. And a program like the Second Chance College program at University of Baltimore, that's what they're doing. I think we have about 50 to 60 individuals working towards their bachelor's degree. This is good for society. You know, people were dealt a bad hand in life, or maybe didn't get a chance to get a really good education and access to therapy. And now they have these opportunities through this program. And now they get to come home and become leaders in our community. And that's something that, you know, I believe in. This is how I turn my life around. And so I definitely want to support programs like this.
And what I believe in is that despite the headlines, what people may think outside of Baltimore, whatever headline they decided that defines us, stories like yours, I think all should listen to and let it resonate a bit. That's Chris Wilson.
Thank you.
Chris, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Take care.